fellow scratchers. This is Ignite My Running 9 to 5 tutorials, 25,000 tutorials, whatever you'd like to call it. We're going to do an UnderRun tutorial. This is a new series. Yes, I promised that I would launch on the series and also the adventure game series. For now, I'm going to pause those games because yeah, there's some complicated coding that I'm trying to plan ahead, and I decided maybe just go for Undertale because I've already planned all the code for it, and we can begin. So, what I have prepared is a background here, and here we have the score and current mode. So basically the score of the player whenever the player survives any attacks, and the mode shows which attacker is this. I don't know why I added that. Can remove it. And we have the player, which is the sword sprite. We have the red one, which is determination. The player could move around like this. Here, gravity is applied here. Gravity is a complicated code, if you know what I mean. If you have seen my past projects, you have seen that I'm not very good with platformers, but I'll try to work my way through it. Then we have the kindness sprite. The sprite, it stays still and you have a shield to defend yourself from attack. And finally we have justice. It's actually meant to be upside down, but since my type of game is going to make it that the attacks come from anywhere and can't just come from the top, so I put it to 90 degrees so it points towards the mouse pointer. Anyways, that's whatever code we have now. And we will start. So first let's start with the movement, and I have all these variables here I planned. Soul type means determination, so what soul type it is, and at the beginning we'll always set the soul type to determination. Then we are going to set, we can delete jumping, hold X, hold Y. We can set this attacker, the score to 0. I can delete X bar and Y bar. Attacker will be in another type of code. So let's work with the movement here for all the soul types. So we are going to show, and I want the soul to begin at the left hand side of the screen. So I'm going to do y0 and say negative 80 and reset it. Yep, that looks good enough. Maybe okay, yeah, you know what, that looks good enough. We're going to do a forever and we're going to make a custom block. We're going to call this player movement, and we're going to run with our screen refresh, and we're going to play movement here. So what will player movement do? So since we have the soul type determination, we'll add determination code. So if else, and we will do in equal to the soul type and equal to determination. Oops, got it wrong. Then we're going to get different type of paper. So we also need to add a couple more stuff or blockers here, like how in Undertale you have the box. So I'm going to make a sprite and correct box or border. You can choose, and we're going to make sure this goes to 0 and 0, and we're going to do a no fill and an outline of 10. No fill and outline of 10, and we're going to hold shift, not hold shift, and try to estimate the borders of the center it now. try to adjust these white borders to the edge of the screen. Kinda difficult to see here, so for now I'm just going to do a black fill. Okay, and that looks like a good enough border. No, I'm also going to remove the horizontal borders here because the edge takes care of that anyways, but we're adding this border so the gravity doesn't make it go completely down the screen and it ends up deleting the projectiles. So let's make it no fill again and get the eraser tool, and we're going to erase a part of this and erase it like so. Let's select this and delete it. So as you can see on the screen, there's only a white part here and no white parts on this side of the screen. So just here and use the eraser tool to erase this part. Then you can go to the bottom of the screen and erase this part. And that's this. So now we have two borders here. Let me shift this a bit. Actually, we are going to change the thickness from 10 to about 18 looks good enough. Okay, so now we have the borders of the box. I'll just rename this to borders. And I will do the green flag. The forever, just show and go to 0 0 and go to back layer. Okay, that's nice. So now we need the player to move and needs to collide with the walls just in case they try to do a glitch of trying to get the projectiles to delete. So we're going to do a key up arrow pressed, down arrow pressed, right arrow pressed, and finally we are going to have a left arrow pressed, and we can simply just do a change x by 10, change y by 10. Very simple code here. We will change x by minus 4 and change y by minus 4. If we see here now, if I press the arrow keys, then the player can move quite easily. But one thing is that the player doesn't collide with the walls. As you can see, it goes past it. And since Scratch Code avoids the sprite from going off screen, so it's just half of the sprite is just stuck here. We don't want it to collide with the top one and just go inside and get the projectiles deleted. Here it's fine, or maybe we'll add it later on, or maybe not. We'll go along with it for now. So let's add a simple if code here, and not, or actually if we actually need if and touching. I'm going to take borders. So if touching borders, then we're going to change y by -4. So if I try to move up the border here, so you can see I can't pass through this. I'm holding the up arrow key as much as possible, but it's not going inside. So we have to do the same thing for the down arrow. Actually, just okay. Now we're gonna do change y by 4 and put it inside the down arrow. We don't really need to add it for the left and right arrow because there are no borders here, but maybe later on I'll add it. And for now I'll just add it back in the box. Paste this. Okay, that seems good enough. Okay, so now we're going to add it for the right and left arrow. You can always pause the video if I'm going too fast with my coding, and for now we just have a simple movable player that collides with the walls. Nice. Okay. I'll just shift the scope and current mode a bit to this side of the screen. Okay. So let us go run the current mode, which do not have any value yet for now. Now we're going to switch to the integrity side. So I'll also make sure that I have a shortcut, or actually don't need it. I'll just get a set soul type, and we can do it integrity. I'm going to set soul type. So as you can see, I'm pressing the arrow keys, but I'm not able to move because this type of code only happens in the determination soul type. So we're going to duplicate this and rename this to integrity. Integrity. You know what? I don't know the spelling of this. Integrity. Okay, not integrity. Integrity. Okay, so now we have the integrity right here, and can I think do the same code here? But we'll just add at the beginning of the integrity. We'll add if not touching projectiles or touching borders. Sorry, borders. If not touching borders, then we can do change y by negative. So 4 will do a 3. We'll just focus it out. Okay, so as you can see, it dropped down. Also, you can see we can sort of like fly here. So that's where the jumping variable comes in. I need to get it back on. So look at the jumping, and okay. So at the beginning of the script, also make sure that set jumping to yes here. So we'll do if up arrow key pressed and also make sure that the down arrow just gives a tiny boost here. Okay, and if up arrow key pressed and the jumping is equal to yes. And we're going to change y by the number, and we're going to set jumping to no at the end. So basically now I can't fly at all. So our jumping is equal to 0. Let's get this again and set. We'll also get a switch costume too at the beginning. A switch costume to the soul type. There, and now it's red. integrity, and actually we'll set jumping to no because well, yeah, set jumping to no here because it's up in the air. Then we are going to do an if touching borders. Then we're going to set jumping to yes. And we're going to put this code about here. So as you can see, I'm sort of doing this. But if I were to increase the number to 15, yes, I jump higher. Also, I'm making sure that this is a lower number, like maybe negative 1.5. Nope, negative 1.5. So you can see I'm jumping. And I'll increase the number to maybe 30. Also have to make sure if touching borders are also changed by 1. 1.5. Okay, here. Okay, maybe I'll increase the speed negative 2 and 2. Okay, maybe now we'll make it 45. Yes, that's it. Quite good. So the reason why it looks like the hard sprite is actually teleporting is because we are putting the screen refresh. So let me just try a repeat loop here. Repeat. We'll go 5 times by 9 because 5 times 9 is 45. Okay, here. So we might actually have to do the integrity sprite in a integrity code in a different forever loop. So let's just try that. Yes, so you can see now we have an animation for jumping. The thing is that we will also need to make sure that so when we're jumping I can't really move to the side and I just glide down, so we don't want that. And in the integrity we're going to remove this code. We remove a white code here and add the integrity movement code for the side by side comes here. Okay, and just move the right and left arrow. Yeah, so I'm now jumping and moving from the side to side. Maybe at 10. Okay, I don't really know how to make a smooth jumping code, but we'll have to work with this for now. Maybe increase the jump height here from 5 to 6. And I don't really know how you do the type of code where you hold jump longer than you do a longer jump. Maybe if I do like a 3 and 5 here and try to duplicate the code and put it at the bottom. Maybe not. No, that doesn't work. Can you come here to this place? Maybe this time. So we'll switch it back to 6 and 10, And later on maybe you can give in the comment section how to make easier or smoother jump code. But for now we have this. And it's not that bad. I guess it's better than my platformer jump code. Yeah. So I'll actually make it a bit more higher because if you know in the Undertale, you actually have the platformers here or platforms in the sans fight, and you have to jump over the platforms to avoid the bones that are going to be on the ground. So I have to make sure that it's high enough for this to work. That seems high enough. You also have to make sure that this is higher for the papyrus fight. If you don't know who papyrus is, it's Sans brother. You can check into the Undertale wiki and find papyrus. I'll actually make this Y here. I want to actually make it so after I want to see the distance between the ground and the player. So Y position, and let's so ground position is negative 61. So Y position minus negative 61. Multiply by negative 1. I don't know if it's going to break. I'm not able to jump at all. So I guess we'll have to stick to the negative 2 code. I'm actually fine with that. I'll just make sure to make papyrus as bones much less higher. So please, I'd like someone to at least recommend a tutorial of how to make smooth jumping for Undertale, because as far I've seen all the other tutorials, the jumping doesn't really work out for me. And I really like if you guys have any suggestions for me or any other projects that have the similar underrun kind of projects. Also, this project is shared on my Scratch profile, so you can check out 25,000 in the search, and then you can find underrun. And this is what underrun will be like. And let's just move on to the next soul type, which is the kindness soul type. There's kindness. So we can switch it to kindness right here. So now this will also switch here. So kindness really doesn't have any other code except for code to a certain position. So we'll also add two number inputs here. One is the x position, and one is the y position. And here for now it is 0 0 for now. We'll actually make it we'll do another one. We'll call it plan x. Sorry for the background noise, sorry for that. So we'll get a plan x and a plan y, and we're going to do plan x and plan y here, and it's always set to 0 at the beginning. So let's just do plan x and plan y, even though Scratch has the original code here. So in the kindness code we're going to go to this will be a long time to actually, you know what, I'll just get a go to here itself. Go to X pose and Y pose. Okay, go to X pose and Y pose. Also, we'll actually just change this to kindness. The now the player we'll actually set the plan going to maybe -10 and set to kindness. That seems maybe at the middle of the screen. I mean, voice scratch is in the middle of the screen, but in the game it's not really in the middle of the screen. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. It's these illusion tricks. I don't really like illusion tricks. So that's all for the kindness movement, also called movement, and we'll get the real thing of the kindness shield. The kindness shield is basically a shield, and you don't really damage anyone. You just stay in one place. So you get a no fill and an outline. You get a red outline. Make sure. Uh, make sure that this is there we go, and this may be well, change the size a bit, change the thickness a bit. But you will have to remember to make sure that this is actually in the same position as the player. So -10, and it's not on the player, but it's pointing towards the mouse pointer. Also, I'll make sure that this is pointed towards the mouse pointer, or maybe the arrow keys. So, okay, we'll look for a green flag forever, and if else, what is this? A soul type, yes. Then equal to sign. My charger. Okay, so let's just switch this to kindness. Since the soul type is equal to kindness, and we'll put it there. So we're going to do also for the green flag and set the mode to kindness so it shows. We're going to do a equal show and a hide, and we'll make sure it goes to the player and point towards mouse pointer. So yes, you can do diagonal type of attacks and dodge them or defend from them. But I also have diagonal attacks here, so that would be the trick here. And also, since the Scratch project is a bit smaller for the go, I mean sure the area is big as for the Undertale areas in one box here, but the soul is also small. My soul here, or the soul sprite here, is big, and the attacks are medium size, I guess. And we have a small shield. So when we grab click, so now it's disappeared, but it still goes to the player, as you can see. You see here, it still goes to the player. If you see here, it still goes to the player. Okay, so we can put the hide again. We save our project, and that's all for the kindness script. Now we're going to move on to the justice script soul sprite. Also, justice soul basically. So now you can see that we'll basically just add the determination code to the soul sprite. For the justice script, let's go to the bottom there, and we will do our justice. Also, I'll be adding more soul types, but for now this is all the soul types that are there in Undertale. I'll add some custom soul types, like you have the orange where you keep moving, as in the what is it, the bad time trio. Okay, and we're going to just make sure that you point towards the mouse pointer and it moves. So as you can see, this points towards the mouse pointer and it moves. Okay, so that's basically all the script. Let's just quickly add the bullets of the justice script. So name this bullets and make a line, a yellow line. Shift to get it straight. Maybe make this a bit smaller. There we go. That's justice break bullets. So one green flag click will always just hide. And here we will do a separate script. So you can see here in the integrity we have a shows why that's in rifles, but we have a if else here. So in here we will do the justice code. So just copy the sword type equal to justice here. And I will do if, and usually the key is space or Z. There are the C, Z and all that. So either space, the space key or the Z key. So where's, yeah, here's the Z key. And then if the Z key is pressed, we're going to do a create clone of bullets and we're going to wait a couple of seconds. Say 0.1. So when bullets is created, also make sure that we do a point in direction 90 in every script that doesn't point towards the mouse pointer. So point in direction 90 and finally in the kindness point in direction 90. Okay. So we're going to set the sword type to just, where is just this? Let's say I may have to move the border, maybe step down now. Nope, the code is removed. Okay, we can just get another one. Sword type is equal to justice. Now it's pointing here, and if I do this, it creates a clone of bullet. Now it's not really shown because the original sprite is hidden, so we'll have to get another way to show it. And since we're creating clones, so we can get multiple of these. So create clone, easy shooter game type of code here. We'll show instead we'll make it go to back layer, and we'll make sure that it goes to the mouse pointer. Sorry, not the mouse pointer, but the player. And repeat until it's touching the edge. I'll make sure later on it does for the, what do you say, the projectiles later on. So later I'll do it later on. Instead of edge I'll say do borders. Repeat until touching borders. Move 5 steps and also make sure that it point in direction for sync, get a backdrop of stage, change stage to player and get the direction of player and point in direction of player. So if I were to press the space key, you can see that this is there. I'll also make sure to delete this clone here if I were to. So if I were to set the order to justice, I have some slow moving bullets like the shooter games, but I actually want to make it a bit more fast. So maybe 10. Okay, that works out pretty nice. Okay. And also why the justice sprite has to shoot diagonally. I'll add custom metaton fights here that have diagonal either wounds or diagonal lasers. We'll look into it later on. So basically that's all for this tutorial, and if you want to see more of this Underrun, you can make sure to like, and please like some suggestions of any jumping and gravity tutorials, and that won't mess up this Undertale code. Maybe it might a bit, but that would be fine. Or maybe another Undertale tutorial if you must. I could really use some help from those Undertale custom fight tutorials. But it's a if, you don't really have to. I can work my way through it, or you could just give some suggestions. So anyway, that's all, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.